With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I kicked off yet?
Come back.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there right off the bat. 42 yards.
I thought you said you could put something in the washer.
I didn't say that.
I must have been hearing shit.
Yeah, you heard.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Just leave me here dry.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a
Get y'all clothes on, y'all.
Disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing.
Game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
But he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. A tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dresses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
Got my boy.
Find out what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. They'll run it with Kamara.
I ran right past.
Score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Good morning, bro.
Ooh, I'm tripping like a motherfucker.
Watch it now, Barney.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
And my whole team
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yeah, my shit ain't right like a motherfucker.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed
Damn,
and pulled
my
down. Christian Covington in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And here comes the Texans now. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The Texans were penalized 124 times last year, 3rd most in the NFL, and now they come up 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Dobbs. He's going to look deep down the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. The Texans send the punter out. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Hey, I just knew with them niggas long. Why little Larry pick them up that quick, you heard me?
They try to quick hit her inside, but that one will swallow it up.
I was trying to tell you, go get the motherfucker.
Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally. And
now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Christian Covington in there to get him for his second sack.
Y'all live over here, huh?
Yeah.
Play action. Now Jackson. Now
Good
he'll
lad.
turn and throw deep back to the others. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Good lad.
Picked up by Justin Reed. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Ooh, what the
That
fuck
had
was that?
disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty
You a
far.
slick ass
it's really
bastard, boy.
difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the
Yeah,
proper
all right.
position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Yeah, all right.
Good, and we saw the result.
That's how slick you is. You don't
First
know
down
what you
carry, it's Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
They try to quick hit her inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Come back, come back. Green the line, green the line.
On second down, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because
and he is going to go down. They sack him. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's going to go up top again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Spinning away. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Come back, come back.
After the interception, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Complete over the middle to Hardy. A gain of 39 that time.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch, and it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
And this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, black 22. Black.
Now a pitch out to Kamara.
Really?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him throw another one.
He's going to take this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gun! Hey, switch!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now let's go! Blue 90!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Grant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
Leopard! Detroit! Gun!
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Pass incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Gun! Detroit!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 319.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And Lutz puts this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Dobbs now on 2nd down. That's complete to John Ross. A good pickup there at 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Why is it glitching?
Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Black 99, feel it.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Dobbs drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. 23 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing here, Dobbs. Looking deep downfield. Got man, it's caught inside the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A shotgun snap for Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squid kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got it at the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I want to create more.
Yeah, I'm glad I get used to my
This
team.
is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let it go again.
You can't make no moves when it's already good.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
No, I'm saying right. It's you can kick out. It's just part of the game. You kick out.
With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw is Dobbs. He's got his man on the crossing route. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And all the way down to the 37. A big-time play there for the Texans. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. Going deep depth. And this is taken in at the 5.
Good catch, Will.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Everyone's got 4. 4 now. 56. Lucky 56. Gun, 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 gun. Too little, Cupcake. Motion, 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 motion. Gun, 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 gun. Detroit, Detroit.
Now Jackson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big third down play there for the Jags. And even 40 yards.
Good Mike.
Gun, 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 gun. Watch him now, Barney, Barney. Check three, check three. Back to that Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
Hey, chill out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
And Jackson throwing once more. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
Again, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Hey, y'all quit slamming them joysticks and shit, man. Y'all in that trip.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come back, come back.
Now a first down throw. Watson going deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
Oh, nigga.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And
Man, why are you throwing the ball
nice
so far?
hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This offense in desperate need of conversions. They come on third down.
I know that nigga Lowe's gonna say that he get his ass whooped.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 34. After the interception, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
Lucky 56.
What do you want?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
What y'all doing?
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Get the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's held in by Hardy. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Evans in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Faking the give, now Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15.
Let's go.
A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Running with Kamara. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. It's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So that'll back them up 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice game.
What Marlon doing? Bitch ass nigga.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joshua Dobbs, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Hold on, little Larry. I'm ready, bro.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out come the Jags. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Good.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in Newport, this is by Thema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
You really want to buy that all Ross.
He's going to air one out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And now running right through it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 42 yards.
That's the man cave, motherfucker. That's man cave shit, the big ass dog.
So now here's Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's a less than 50%. And I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
You on chain. You about chain. I said you by Chambers. That's what I was saying.
2nd and 10 from the 20.
You by Chambers. What's floor from the Chambers?
Throwing again. Jackson.
Yeah, shit.
Open man right side is Shark. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Dancing to his left. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
Here's Jackson being checked, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't like them like that. Yeah.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Man, shit fuck with that black and red in there.
As expected, they're going for it.
You got to put in the man cave. Ain't shit in there fuck with that black and red.
Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the
I
Jaguars
mean, that can be
have
whoever
cut it
let
back
him.
within
He
a
put that in the
score.
city. He's going to let him run.
4th and
It's
goal,
like
and
red.
they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the Texans set to come onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time. And that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Fuck, I hit the wrong motherfucker.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Reset. Tiger.
Watson looks to throw again. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. The Jaguars offense now heads back. Onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Hey.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Watson, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now it's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I fucked up with that timeout.
Watson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Now Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dante Fowler bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long.
Typical little Larry Knight coming to party talking shit.
Watson now to throw. And the pressure gets to
I heard
again.
you. Give me that.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting
we
to
play
figure something out.
every opening season. We play first week, don't we? That shit. Every time you look out, like damn. Like somebody got
the players.
I started off
to
slow.
get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first
slow.
Thursday night game also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And you know, all for watching this one, everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Texans, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Who? Yeah, I got matchup problems, man. I lost my fucking cornerback. That's all that was.
Yeah, he can't fight them. That's why he keep trying to fight Mike. Yeah, I know. Sure. They'll whoop his ass.
They call it AH. This nigga laid off sick. Damn. 903. How the hell this dude get behind me?
What up? No, she don't went to the store. Shit, when?
AP, where AP at?
I'm coming down that way anyway, though. Yeah. I said, if you don't go down that way, I'm gonna be down that way anyway, though. But shit, I fuck around and just ride back with you. If you go before I do, I gotta drop to my kids back over on the south anyway.
Damn, I ain't got no, fuck, I gotta do all this shit, man. Why you steal that dude from him, man? Why would you do that, Lil Larry? Yeah, you just heard me say I sent you a text, then the man asked me who he was, and I said Harrison. Man. But let the man get the dude. You know he don't sign nobody, dog.
He ain't lying though. He ain't lying though, Los. That's why I called him a slick motherfucker.
Right.
He went and got him quick. So you released it probably when you text me. When you said, Mike, I sent you a text.
What happened was I had to release a gang of motherfuckers to sign Shark because he wanted 11 million.
Guys, last time we were out,
you know what I'm saying? He wanted 11 mil, and I ain't have 11 mil, so I had to release a lineman, then re-sign my lineman back. And I was like, well, fuck it, I'll let Mike, because I know he always losing motherfuckers in free agents, so I was like, fuck it, I'll let him get him. That's all that was.
Let's go. Let's go.
I ain't even say nothing. I just said check your text. I ain't even say nothing. That's a bad throw. That's a bad throw.
Let's go.
Who, Canelo? Right,
Hey, you know
Rock.
what, man? That was pretty dang good.
I ain't even watched the shit. We just went out.
It gets me even more excited. We're only scratching the surface of our potential.
Let's go.
This team has so much talent. So just keep pushing, and we're gonna get to that next level.
Green 39.
What up? Who? Who got a video?
Here we go. Green 39.
Gentlemen, achieving our goals starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know we have lofty goals for this season. If you want to achieve those goals, we gotta raise our game. Today just wasn't good enough. So next practice, we have to be much better.
Ah, come on, Lowe's. Can't do that.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
She the dude right there.
Let's go. Green 39. Green. Here we go now. Blue 90.
Hey, you know what, men? That was pretty dang good. And you know what's really scary? It gets me even more excited.
All right, here we go.
Scratching the surface of our potential. This team has so much talent. So just keep pushing, and we're gonna get to that next level.
The fucking flag, nigga.
Let's go. Blue 90. All right, here we go.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You've taken the first steps to a success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you gotta keep it up.
Hurry up, here we go. Here we go now. Blue 90.
No pressure, but this is it. We are going for gold.
right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common. Great practice habits. Today was a great practice. And if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
Here we go now. Blue liner. Blue liner. Here we go now. 319. Hurry up, here we go. 319. All right, here we go. 319.
All right, man, let's go. Bring it in tight. All right, let me tell you something. Championship teams have one thing in common. Great practice habits. Today was a great practice. And if we do that every day, there's no reason we can't win a championship.
Boy, AP ain't on.